Listen, reach for the stars, wild ones. It's Bernadette, and I'm here with your Gemini tarot reading for May 2021. Woohoo! And I mean that literally. Woohoo! Gemini! you, you've got another set of twins. You've got owls and kissing owls and just loving on each other. And just this month is going to be something really incredible for you if you will please just work with owl energy. It's going to be crazy. So, true to Geminis, am I coming? Am I going? Am I staying? What am I doing? Really, it's like the messages that are coming to you, are you going to see them as wisdom, or are you going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm being warned, and focus on what you think might be, a little bit hard to deal with coming towards you, a little bit, that might cause a little bit of anxiety. It's really going to depend on how you see it. And I am going to encourage you from the outset to see it for the universe, and especially the animal allies, really trying to get you to see you are much stronger and much more balanced than you can possibly imagine at this moment in your life. Now, with Owl guiding you during May, the gifts and lessons, like we just talked about owls are just such majestic creatures. Truly they are. They're, it's not being fully embraced. And so that's why we've got the inverted card in a reading, and that's signifying the potential hovering on the horizon, swooping down into your life. If you can only reach out and receive that guidance now, you're going to do great. And often in the daily readings, or really anybody's reading when I do them, sometimes when I pull a card, and the card is inverted, it is just what it is. No matter what the card is, or what the tarot card meaning is, or the spirit animal meaning, it just is what it is. But because I practice intuitive tarot, and one day I'll actually even get it right, I always go with what the animal allies tell me. And right now, what I'm being told for you is just like I say in my daily readings, and that is turn this card around, meaning you don't have to go through the whole month with the challenge of the inverted owls. It will be very easy for you to make up both of your minds and get with the program, and just, this could be a blowout month for you like nobody's business. Your zodiac sign has so many golden nuggets of opportunity available to you this month. It's crazy. Now, having said that, your plans and ideas may need to percolate a little bit this month, but you can be really impulsive. But now's going to be a time, Gemini, for your zodiac sign to just let your thoughts simmer before you jump into action, because acting prematurely at this point is going to come back to bite you, especially when Mercury goes retrograde at the end of the month. And Owl showing up in your reading in the inverted position suggests that ideas may need to be rehashed again and again to crystallize in your mind now. Now, you can stop that. You don't have to be the hamster on the wheel if you just make a decision and stick with it. As difficult as that may be for you, believe me, I feel your pain, right? A couple of my very, very best friends are Libras, and one's a Pisces, and I always feel like I'm doing this. I always feel like I'm doing this between them. So, also for your zodiac sign, Gemini, your intuition is really off the charts, and the necessary ingredients is patience. Like, even if you know that you know something, but you've got to sit on it for a week or two, you've got to sit on it for a week or two, or you're going to be in trouble. And the earliest signal of wisdom being imparted, or even of a warning on the horizon, it might be one of the many clues, but you've got to resist the urge to grab one piece of the puzzle and sound the alarm, believing that you've pieced together the entire picture, because you didn't, and that is going to cause drama. Llama drama, mama drama, any kind of drama you can think of, so don't do it. Now, your communication style, it's usually one of your greatest gifts. It just may need a little bit of adjustment this month in order to not spread rumors or just keep perpetuating unsubstantiated claims. Now, even ideas that aren't fully developed can bring chaos, so take to exploring your ideas from various angles before you spread your message. Just be really sure that you've crossed your T's and dotted your I's, or there could be some serious backlash. Now, for you, there is a lot of activity in your sign this month, and the coming transits will bring lots and lots of excitement. It's not all just kind of stuff. There's a lot of very cool stuff going on. And staying grounded and taking a lesson from Owl Messenger can be doubly important now, because on May 3rd, your ruling planet, Mercury, enters Gemini. And this can kick off, a period of really sharp mental focus and agility. And it can also make you feel like a little bit overstimulated. And you want to be careful not to get your signals crossed, especially when important communications are at play, but you're just such a thinker and always on a quest for information. Your motto is "I think," and you can just get in those thoughts, and they just go on and on and on and on, and that's awesome, as long as you know when to dial it back and don't let your thoughts get away with you. Now, a few days later, on May 8th, Venus enters Gemini as well, and matters of love, personal connection, and even finance and business may become more intellectual. You might do well to connect with loved ones through shared interests in media, movies, culture, maybe ideas and plans, take a class together, just something that puts you in that really comfortable connection. Now, emotional connection may be a little more challenging this month, so please be patient with yourself and others. Inspiring others as a creative muse will help you in matters of love, and also in matters of attraction. Feeling attractive, noticing attraction from others. That's going to be something you're going to want to pay some attention to this month. And plans for the future of your business or financial life, that's going to be a little bit under a microscope during May, but your zodiac sign tends to be pretty open to going different ways, or zigging when you should zag, or zag when you think you want to zig. And if you'll just be open to adapting your strategy and addressing your financial goals with several potential plans, but careful not to overthink and confuse. You may even want to set a boundary or a limit, like I'm going to come to the table with 3 things. And when you're like, oh, but we could do this, but we could do this, but we could do this, which is going to lead to 4, 5, 6, 8 things, don't do it. Now, on the 11th of May, Mercury comes into conjunction with the North Node, and this can be a really exciting time of intellectual breakthroughs. You might feel like a sudden epiphany that opens new doors and allows you to expand beyond your comfort zone. And a sudden realization may lead you to plan for dramatic changes in your career path as well. And this conjunction also sits at a trine from Saturn and Aquarius, and even disruptive and unexpected changes are going to seem to work to your advantage now. So while everybody else is running around like a chicken with their head cut off, everything is falling into alignment with you, and you're just like, is anybody else seeing this? So May 13th through the 16th brings a lineup of planets in your sign, including Venus, Mercury, and the Moon. Your creativity will probably spike, and your talents and diplomacy can go a very long way in relationships at this time. Then later in the month, on May 20th, the Sun enters Gemini and joins Venus, Mercury, and the North Node in your sign. You might feel a bit of personal energy and excitement now because it's your solar return and it's coming towards you and all that great solar energy. Then on May 21st, the Sun comes into a square with Jupiter in Pisces, just as the Sun is entering Gemini. So you might have to contend with miscommunications, misinformation, or illusions that are masquerading as intuition. But take the time to clear your mind. It's going too much overtime. Just clear it out, get centered, and trust that your intuition is valid. But today, it's going to be a lot far too easy to become distracted by fantasies that really come from wishful thinking and not your intuition. So you're going to want to pay attention to that during this time, and really be sure that when you move ahead with an idea or something you want to say or something you want to do, it's for sure coming from your intuition and not just some daydream that you had. And believe me, the line it's a very fine line between the two. Now, the same issue or a similar matter of being, in that place where you're kind of seduced by fantasy, but not logic or intuition, it can resurface again around the 26th when Mercury comes into a square with Neptune in Pisces. Then on May 23rd, Saturn retrograde in Aquarius begins, and that might lead you to revisit plans that were in place last year between May and September. So take your time, even in the midst of excitement and inspiration. You really may want to reserve judgment before making major life changes, if you have that option. And then on the 26th of May, the full moon in Sagittarius, they're going to expand your mind. And it always reminds me of that song. What is it? Free your mind and the rest will follow. I love that song. And really, that song could be your mantra during, around that time. So it's also going to help you find greater confidence in whatever gifts and talents you have. but only if you are willing to work through the insecurities. Now, you might have an opportunity that you doubt or second guess at first, but give yourself a chance to dream big and know that this very well may be the universe handing you like this amazing gift, this just like, hey, you've always wanted this, here it is. And you're like, you know, you're doing this, snatch it and run. So let's see, on May 29th, Mercury retrograde begins in Gemini. And this Mercury retrograde, well, it can have a little bit of a dramatic impact on you because it involves both your sun sign and planetary ruler. Woohoo! So slow down, chill out, make sure your plans and messages are clear and targeted, and take additional time while traveling. Don't expect electronics to work the way they're supposed to, not at first. And be patient with yourself and understanding of others. You tend to move and think and do and talk really quickly. This is not the time for that. You also, Gemini, your zodiac sign, you may have to revisit past plans that you thought were resolved, but you may assume that others understood you and your intentions or plans, only to be really surprised that y'all are not on the same page after all. So I hope that was helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, subscribe to my YouTube channel, get on over to gatheringofmystics.com, and as always, what are the most important things? To do good for animals, including yourself, and keep reaching for those stars.